Yeah, good morning to you, Mr. Raphael.
Good morning.
Just some couple of days, the former military general of Nigeria, Ibrahim Babangida, has come out to tell Nigerians that he was not involved in the crime of MKO Abiola, and now most Nigerians have come out to say that that is false. And now we've seen that Nnamdi Kanu, who is also agitating for the Biafra struggle, now is in incarceration. Don't you think that Nnamdi Kanu might end up like MKO Abiola?
No, not at all. Two of them are different persons. Their cases are quite different. Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for his freedom. He's fighting for emancipation of Biafra. He's fighting for his people, the Igbo people in the southeastern region, over marginalization, over oppression, over persecution by the Nigerian FULANIs. While the case of Abiola, many years was a different case. It was a case of an annulment.
Case of annulment?
Yes, annulment by the then military administration of Babangida, which just, turned their back on, Abiola's victory over June 12, 1993 election. And if you look at the two, they were two different persons. Abiola was a politician. Abiola was a generous man. Abiola started from grassroots, and to build his own political empire or dynasty, Abiola actually, romanced all the local emirs, all the sultanas in the northern Nigeria. He started as early as 80s. Nowhere a mosque was built or situated in the north that Abiola did not contribute his money. Abiola actually knew what he was looking for in the past. He was looking for that position. And he did his, homework too well. Which was why when Abiola confronted Tofa during June 12, 1993 presidential election, Abiola actually did well in the whole localities in northern region. Because no emirs, no local chief, no sheikh, no Muslim cleric in the north that did not know who Moshood Abiola was. Moshood Abiola was a great person. Moshood Abiola was the greatest African donor. He donates to the charity. He gives to the mosque. He gives to the church. He gives to the medical facilities. He gives to the motherless babies. He gives to governments of many nations in Africa. Moshood Abiola even stretched forth his, generous hands towards America. Yes, in 1992, Moshood Abiola funded Bill Clinton's election. Bill Clinton won an election of 1992 to the year 2000. For straight 8 years, Abiola was with Bill Clinton. Until 1998, when Abiola was dead, declared, dead, Clinton was behind him because he actually helped Clinton. Talk about other countries, poor countries in Africa, Abiola was with them. Abiola was in charge of the monthly magazine, a publicity or publication coming from London every month. Concord magazine, it was Abiola. But Concord airline, it was Abiola. Abiola was virtually everywhere in Nigeria, and Abiola won this election. Still, Babangida refused to give Abiola his mandate.
But sir, now, Babangida has come out to say that it was the likes of Abacha who annulled that election.
That was a medicine after that.
Because now, as at when this election was annulled in 1992,
yes,
IBB was the president. So what was there? Sorry, in 1993. Yes. Then what was then the influence of Abacha in this? Is it because Abacha is dead and the dead cannot speak for themselves?
Thank you. The dead cannot even speak for themselves. Abacha was, I think, chief of army staff then. Because if you look at the
hierarchy,
yes, the hierarchy of military hierarchy that time, Abacha was in charge of the southern Nigeria, while Babangida was in charge of the north. Where was he residing then? He left Dodan Barak after much foiled coups. I don't know what I understand. Poch in the southern Nigeria here, Babangida had to relocate to north, and Abacha was in charge of the south. And Babangida started, controlling the whole north, controlling the whole Nigerian nation. But let me tell you, I want to be frank with you. Abacha did not have any hand in the June 12th annulment. It was only that he was nursing political ambition I don't know what you understand.
Okay.
He has desire to be president. That was Abacha's ambition. Abacha was not in charge. The person that was in charge actually was Babangida IBB, who sat on Abiola's mandate. IBB has many confessions and apology to make. He has to apologize to the Igbos. He has to apologize to the family of Delegiwa. IBB should apologize to the Yoruba nation.
But he said he does not know who pied Delegiwa.
Delegiwa was pied by the boys. IBB boys were one, Hakilu, Boba Marwa. If not that Ibori isn't a military personnel or officer, I tell you that Ibori was government, was a government machinery then. Abacha was using him. Babangida was using him. I'm telling you that the people that delivered that letter bomb were Babangida's boys. Hakilu, Boba Marwa, and so on and so forth. There are many of them that were Babangida's boys. I tell you that, I'm telling you that in 1986, when Delegiwa received the letter bomb, he said this package was very heavy. And I know it must be.
This package was very heavy.
Yes, it must be from Mr. President. That was the last word of the pied man. Do you know what? On tearing the letter bomb, it took off and severed his stomach. Do you know what he said? He said, "They have got me." That was the last word of the dying, news magazine editor. As I'm telling you right now, Babangida actually knows that he's being remorseful from apologizing to various families who were bereaved during his regime. He pied Delegiwa. He pied his best friend, Mama Vasta. Mama Vasta was accused of coup, yes, planning against Babangida administration in 1980s, very late 80s. I think it will be 85, 86. And the whole international community begged for the poet. Mama Vasta was a poet, a writer, and author from the axis of Northeast, I think. And the best friend, his best friend then was Babangida. I think two of them passed out. They were cosmates every day. International communities begged actually for Babangida to spare Mama Vasta. Yet, Babangida could not listen to the plea from international communities and local communities, even within Nigeria here. People were begging, for Vasta to be spared by the then administration of Babangida. Yet Babangida insisted on paying his best friend. And today, I told you, he said his worst regret was that he paid his friend, Mama Vasta. Was that a regret? You pay your best friend, Mama Vasta, then you are the other friend from Yoruba land, Mochuda Abiola, you pay him. You pay Delegiwa. What was Delegiwa's offense? Gloria Okon, that delivers for you drugs abroad, was cited in London actually after an accusation that Gloria Okon was dead. They played Gloria Okon's death by themselves, actually laid her in a state that Gloria Okon was dead. And later, Delegiwa saw her in London. And on speaking out, he had to call Mr. President, Okon, and even Delegiwa himself. Mr. President, the woman in question, I saw him in London. That was how Babangida's delivering of letter bomb to Delegiwa started. And he actually successfully delivered the letter bomb that actually pied Delegiwa.
So, sir, now, Mazi, you were saying that all what was written in that book was just cock and tail, that IBB did not really tell Nigerians what transpired.
He was being very, very economical with the truth. Let me tell you, let me just, give you this score of how the book was not telling the whole world Nigerians truth and how the book is telling the whole world Nigerians the truth. I think 65% of the tales on that book was truth. Removed at 5%. The truth of the matter there on the books was how the coup of 1966 that actually killed Ahmed Bello and the rest of them, even Akintola, was orchestrated. The coup was carried out by Nigerians. But the allegation that it was Igbo coup was a fallacy, nullified, and null, an empty accusation, highly misguided information about the coup. The coup was all Nigerian coup. It wasn't a particular coup from southeastern Nigeria. The coup wasn't southeasterners alone. It was Yoruba. It was the Mid-Belt, the former Midwestern state, that's Bender State, It was the Hausas, the Fulanis, everything. Everybody within this contraption, this country, were involved. Yet they tagged it was an Igbo coup. Babangida actually made it known to the whole world, to Nigerians today, that coup was for the whole Nigerians. And the reason for the coup was to set Awolowo free from the prison. Awolowo was in Calabar prison then. And the coup, the subject matter, the reason for that coup was just to release Awolowo. And after releasing Awolowo, they should make Awolowo Nigerian, a civilian president of the country. And you see how the coup failed, and everybody labeled this huge allegation that it was Igbo, it was Igbo, it was Igbo. In the barracks, it was Igbo. Outside Army barracks, it was Igbo. And that was how the mutiny, the bloodiest mutiny in Africa took place. From 1966 to 1967, they started buying all the Igbo officers in various barracks, outside township, inside bush, in the village and community, to the extent that Colonel Unebu was shot in presence of his pregnant wife in 1966. And when Aguiyi came now from Congo, where he was, where he was made the commander of United Nations Peacekeeping Force in Congo in 1966, he was, actually informed to go back to his country that Nigeria was boiling. Now, he single-handedly, with his pilot, came back to Nigeria. Instead of, after dispersing the coup, you would have jailed those coup plotters. He allowed them. They were the same young boys that actually rose up against him today. And they pie him at the Badan axis during his visit to Colonel Faji, yes, of Ondo State. He was spied there. And the same coupist became Nigerian military head of state. The coupist, the Gowon, the like of the Gowon, Yakub Gowon, this man, ADC to Aguiyi, T.Y. Theophilus Danjuma. I don't know what I understand. And the allegation that it was the Igbo coup has now been nullified. And it wasn't today or this year that the whole world actually know that coup wasn't Igbo coup. Adeboyega wrote the book, Freddy Forsyth wrote his books, Ojukwu wrote his book, Chukwuemeka Sunset at Dawn actually educated all of us that the coup wasn't an Igbo coup. So this kind of animosity against Igbo man, it did not start from Fulani. It is spreaded all over Nigeria before, even within or after the war. And the Igbos are mostly hated by their Nigerian brothers as a result of jealousy. We were doing well. We were doing better industrially. We are doing better educationally. We are everywhere politically in the world. And the rest of Nigerian tribes today are all against Igbo. Babangida has actually come out to tell the truth. But the question remains, why did you partake in mutiny of 1966? You were part of the Nigerian military clique that pie Ironsi, that pie all the Igbo military officers in the barrack. Why did you take part in pieing Igbo military officers? Military officers from Igbo extractions were all pied. Why did you take part? If actually you know that the coup wasn't Igbo coup.
Okay, Mazi. Thank you so much for this wonderful time.
Thank you so much. You are welcome.